Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Sharona.
Good morning, Tamar, and good morning to everyone. So we start by making sure it's really good by going into our good space. No need to get out of the city, even get out of the house. We just have to get out of the mind. So bring your awareness inwards. Experiment with the idea that inside this human form is the being, not a physical energy, the being, the spirit, whose original quality is peace. Do you know yourself sparkling like a star, the beautiful being just beyond the mind? And so, thought for today, make yourself into a king. It brought a smile to your face. Make yourself into a king. So what do you think about that, my dear?
Well, I love this. Idea of me, a king, a queen. Right away it makes me go like that. And I like it because it touches that basic thing, I think, about our inner royalty, about ourselves.
Oh, wow.
And looking at things from a royal perspective, it means if I'm a king, by the way, you're a king also. And it makes this whole conversation a very elegant, very elegant conversation.
You're using nice words. Elegant, royal. It's beautiful. Uplifting all in and of itself. But did I interrupt you? Sorry.
No, I said that then when you start thinking, it's what's the kingdom that we rule on?
Yeah.
And I think it's very important because the obvious answer would be my kingdom. We were talking about it in all kind of programs, the senses, the words, the eyes. So the kingdom, my own kingdom, it's very powerful to understand and to rule it, to be a ruler.
I lost you. I'm not hearing you suddenly.
I said it's very
No,
powerful.
I don't get any sound. I don't know why.
All right.
I see your lips move. Ah, now you're back.
Okay. So what I was saying is that ruling our kingdom is very powerful thought. And it's funny, but now it comes to me that when I'm talking about ruling my kingdom, I also as a king know where my kingdom ends and where the other's kingdom starts. So I also know where is my, where can I rule and where not? And that's, I think, a very, very important things for these days. But that's a lot of concepts.
Yeah, but that is really important because I'm not going to be able to change the weather, for example. I might not even be able to change another person's opinion or idea. But is that within my kingdom? Is that something I'm supposed to be concerned about, to be tending to the well-being of my kingdom and making sure all the gates are open so anybody who wants to can come and enjoy life in the way that I'm living it? Very, very nice perspective. The way I was taking it up was, what's the opposite of a king? It would be first a subject. Actually, I was thinking of two things, and one of them is a secret. But what I was just starting was, the opposite of a king would be to be a subject. And subjects are subjects because they're the ones who follow the rules, the orders, the directions of the king. And so if I am not the king, but I am the subject, it means, it's just kind of another way of saying something we've said previously in other sessions, but it's like different words for it. Whose orders am I following? I am then either following the directions of other people, bowing to the influences, the ways of others, or, as another way of saying it, I'm allowing my eyes to rule, or my ears to rule, as we've said before, and I bow to that. It means I really lose all power I have to move in this life wisely. I abdicate the throne, so I abdicate the wisdom and the counsel of a king, which is not far from being a slave. Opposite of a king could be subject, could also be slave, and that's where it starts getting scary, when we wake up to the fact that we've become slaves. I've become a slave to the ways of society, the ways of the company around me. Initially, I might never have agreed, for example, to be angry with this kind of situation, that kind of person, but the company around me is angry, and it does seem easier to get angry. So it starts out as just, being part of good company, or company, not necessarily good, but then, you do a thing more than 3 times and it starts becoming your own programming. And so then I'm a slave to that programming, and it's making me miserable, and I might even become aware of how much it's making me miserable, but I can't stop it.
Yeah, I think the word that I thought, it's just a real, my connection, my, my habits. When I speak of royalty, it's obvious to me that I speak about free will. Now, a lot of people feel that they have free will, because we do have, but when we look at it subtly, on a subtle level, then a lot of times we don't exercise our free will. And we say, yesterday I was in the rally for the hostages. I was walking with my husband, and he was frustrated from so many things, and I could understand it. But he was frustrated. He saw people that was in the rally, but going the other way. And he saw, like stores, and he said, who put those stores here? And all kinds of things just out of his mind at that moment. And I said, isn't it exactly the opposite? If you believe that everybody here has free will, so why don't we say, wow, how nice they were here, and now they need to go somewhere. They decided to go somewhere. That's exercising of free will. Or, something about those stores. If you want to, you can go by yourself. That's your free will to decide. So just changing, that means for me being a king, okay? Changing and deciding what I want to. It's very difficult. It's not easy. Not all, I understand why he was frustrated yesterday. We're just trying to play and see if we can look at it a different way,
right,
which gives us back the ownership, the decision making. It's not always easy to act as you decide. It's not always easy to decide. You're right. But, that's the heavy job of a king. That's the
right.
duty. He needs to make decisions and act upon them. And that's exercising our free will, in a subtle, most important way.
I love it. I love it.
Otherwise, energy just goes away, and we can't continue doing things we want to, things that are important to us, if we don't keep that state of mind. That's
kind of one of the secrets, actually. That if I note how hard it's getting to maintain my enthusiasm for life, my faith, my love, my hope, look there, because that's one of the places that energy, which is a higher frequency energy, just bleeds out of us, just leaks out of us. When I stop exercising my free will, when I lose awareness of my free will. And that's, to me, the real secret. Not that I need to make myself into a king. It's that I am a king. Originally, that is the relationship I have with my mind. I'm not my thoughts. I'm not my mind. My mind, my heart, my feelings are the tools that I use to interact with people and life. But that's not me. I am that king. And if we get off that seat of awareness and succumb to the influences and become subjects to whatever life is offering me, bowing to that and slaves to the new programmings and conditionings that creates, then it can't continue. I will find myself entering into dark places with less and less energy to even get out of bed in the morning.
Yeah. And it's very important what you said, because sometimes people say, I don't have a choice.
Right.
I have to.
Right.
I don't have a choice. Now, that by itself is a choice.
That's right.
Okay, and I think you can act the same way. Your behavior does not need to change. Just depends if you took your decision and you or maybe your obligation, but you decide to do that. You decide, and it's your decision. It's very important. Now, a lot of times people feel like they don't have the power to decide anymore.
That's right. That's right.
And sometimes it's because of automatic behaviors or thoughts. And sometimes it's because, reality maybe. But they still, I do believe that's the little change when we're talking about be the king.
Right.
So it's like understanding we do have a choice. Everything, right. Every thought we make, every decision we take, it's a choice we make.
That's what I call the seat of the king, the throne. And when I'm on that throne, I have power. I will have actually the power to do whatever it is I decide, because many times the decisions might not make you the most popular person on the block, but the power to first discern what is life constructing, starting with my own life, and what is life destructing, starting with my own life, my own well-being. We have that power. We have that power to discern. And we also have the power to act on it, but not if we get off our throne. And it's as if we've gotten so used to being subjects or slaves, as if we've gotten so, as you say, we hardly remember the power of this thing called the mind and the tool that it is for me, the being, that we can't, we feel a victim of life when it's true, we're in very difficult times, very, very difficult times. But the one most amazing thing I can control is my mind. And the energy, the vibration, the frequency of a powerful thought, life-supporting thought, is unmatched, even by science.
I think we were talking sometimes about how to find a powerful thought and how to change, but you were talking about energy draining when you're not on your seat. And I wonder if we can help people think about how to stop this energy draining, how to change position.
Well, there might be many ways. But I know for me, all methods stopped working when I really, really hit rock bottom, which was 42 years ago, just before I started my spiritual path. The method of spiritual study is something very, very simple. It's, as we start every one of our programs, it's just remembering and reminding myself that there's another place to sit inside me, besides that mind, which is often arguing, confused, and overwhelmed. There's another place to sit, and cultivating that awareness, using the thoughts that we use at the beginning of our program, can place you in that space. And in that space, even just a few breaths of calm, of peace. I'm not talking about physical breaths, but in that space, there's the energy itself of peace, the energy itself of well-being. You're centered again, and you remember you have a choice. And you start making choices based on the protection and the well-being of that part of you. Nobody can, I don't think there's many who can save that part of me. I have to do it. And I feel that the divine is also a source to help me save and nurture that part of me. But otherwise, for the most part, we might be very much out of touch with that part of the self. But spirituality means not only do you begin to understand what's going on in there, not just from the position of the mind, but from the position of a safe space beyond the mind, but you're in the control room. The king throne is the control room. You can learn how to control or manage, take charge of the very powerful energies of the mind.
I like the analogy to the king, to the control room.
Yeah, yeah.
Go there to the control room. Yeah.
You don't know about the control room, then anything could go wrong in your mind, your thinking, your heart, your attitude, your perspective, but you really won't know how to control it if you don't know where the control room is and you've learned the dials. That's the secret I wanted to share. We have a control room. Whether you call it make yourself a king or remember the king that you are and get back on that throne, or you call it the control room, it exists. That's the point.
Yeah. And as I imagine your control room is like, it's like, oh, with the windows open to a large space in front of you, a large view.
You're in it. You're in that large view.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I think we'll take our minute now to end the program, sit in our control room.
That's right. Just taking a few seconds, even to imagine the mind as a room with a door at the back, and go through it. and have this thought and the image of a safe space, gently quiet, bringing great comfort.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Sharona.
Thank you, Tamar.
Thank you all.
Wishing you the best.
Yeah, have a great day, all. And we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.